Hello and welcome back to the Programming in C++ Part 2 series. In this video we're going to cover some exercises dealing in Chapter 15, which is recursion. So please smash the like button, make sure you leave a comment, and also most importantly make sure you're subscribed to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel you get notified when new material is posted, and it helps you easier for you to navigate through YouTube. If you're unable to do any of those things, it means you're not logged in. If you don't have a YouTube login, it is absolutely free and takes less than a minute to create one. So please do so you can subscribe to the channel. All right, so in this, our first exercise is going to be in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 15-1. And here, we're going to write a recursive function that takes as a parameter a non-negative integer and generates the following pattern of stars. If the non-negative integer is 4, then the pattern generated is like such. So also write a program that prompts the user to enter the number of lines in the pattern and uses the recursive function to generate the pattern. For example, specify 4 as the number of lines generates the above pattern. Okay, so we'll do that. And task 1 is input-output test, because we have to pass that. So let's go ahead on to our main, and it's the only one we got. So let's go ahead and kick it off. We have our include statement using namespace. We have that. So let's move this down. Get this out the way. Make a little bit of work. And let's start here. Actually, let's go. We have to do our function here. So let's go void print stars. And with an integer lines and semicolon. Alright, then let's go down to 9. To our variable, which will be lines, which is going to be an integer. Then cout, we'll say enter the number of lines in the grid. Do cin lines and cout. Let's go print stars, and we'll use that function lines and cout and line. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. All right, so let's go bring up our return 0 because that's all we need for that part, and we'll move on to our function, which is void print stars. So let's go ahead and copy that from here, line 5. Let's take it down to line 22 and copy that void print lines without the semicolon. Let's add our brackets, and let's go integer I. Let's go if lines is greater than 0. Actually, let's use brackets for this one. And let's say for I equal to 0, I less than lines, I plus plus. And let's cout star. Cout. Let's do the star, asterisk, whatever you want to call it. Oops, semicolon. and see out inline for this for statement. And this is our print stars function. And this time we'll do lines -1. And let's go 4. I equals 0 again. I is less than lines. I plus plus. And we'll do cout star again. Or asterisk, however you want to call it. And let's go cout and end this for statement in line. And there we have it. So let's go look at the code real quick, show it to you. So that's 1 through 18. If you need more time, just go ahead and pause it. And then from 19 almost to the end, you can pause that as well if you need more time. And there you go, all the way to 38. Slow roll it one more time for you. Shouldn't have to change anything. This one's pretty simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and close our main. Let's run it. Okay, it didn't run, so I'm going to pause it and restart it and try it again. Alright, let's try to run it. And it did run. So get rid of these 4. Again, this time use -4. Okay. Dash command. Alright, so let's go one more time. 4. Alright, there we go, it's our output. So let's go ahead and check this. Calculate this grade. And we're calculating it. It's always good to start off with a nice short one. Get some easy work in. Alright. Waiting for that to run. Or wait for that to calculate, that is. Alright, and we have our 100% and our task 01 is green check. So we're good to go. So let's move on to the next assignment, which is going to be, let's see, Programming in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 15-2. And before we jump into this one, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, welcome back. Let's look at our instructions. This time we're going to write a recursive function to generate the following pattern of stars. So we're going to do that somewhat diamond. Also write a program that prompts the user to enter the number of lines in the pattern and uses the recursive function to generate the pattern. For example, specify 4 as the number of lines generates the above pattern. Task 01, input output test, just like the other one. So let's go right into our main. Let's see, we got our IO stream. This time we need to add our IO manip. And let's go here and add our function, which is going to be again void print stars. And this time we use integer I and another integer called lines. And we'll semicolon that. And we'll come here again. Let's move this down. 10, we'll declare our variable lines, which is integer again. Then we'll cout Enter the number of lines in the grid. And CIN, and we'll do lines variable, cout in line. And oops, didn't do that. Bring up return 0. And then we'll go to our function, copy it from up here again. Let's print this function in this bracket, and I think I missed a few lines. I should have. So let's go back here and do our print stars like we did last time. Print stars function, and we'll use let's use 1 and lines. Go here and let's do integer j now. And let's go if I is less than or equal to lines. Use our brackets. And let's go if, oh no, let's go cout first, do a set width. Lines minus I plus 1. Then we'll do space right there. And let's go for j equals 1. And j less than or equal to j plus plus. Right, and then we'll go cout. And this time let's just start the asterisk over here, 1 space after the space, and semicolon. And let's end this for. Right, so let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, welcome back. Let's go ahead and continue on. Let's do our print stars so we don't forget again. Print stars. This time let's go I plus 1. And then do lines. Semicolon there, and we need another if. So we'll say if I is not equal to cout, so set width, and it'll be lines minus I plus 1. Then we'll just go leave a space there, and for j equals 1. J less than or equal to I and j plus plus. And if that is the case, we're going to cout, oops, asterisk, space, or quotation, space, asterisk. Semicolon there, and I'm going to do my if. So let's do my brackets for my if statement. And we need to close it out with this one. There we go. Alright, so we have those two at the end. And that's all we need, so we'll show you this code. Alright, line 118 is 1 through 18, as I said before. You can pause it if you need more time with those lines. Take a closer look. Scrolling down, 19 is blank, so we go our return 0 to line 36. Pause that if you need more time. Give it that. And then we have the rest of our code. Alright, go do it slow one more time. Pause as needed. And there we go. So let's close that out and let's run it. Alright, we got it to run that time. And let's use our 4. See if we got our slip was a little bit off there. Let's see what we did wrong. Alright, didn't see anything wrong with the code, so we'll try to calculate it. Then it didn't look like that. There's just maybe a space somewhere. If we did mess up, we'll go back and see, but alright, so we're good to go. We got our 100% and we got our green check, so that was good to go. So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back and start our next exercise. Alright, welcome back. We're going to go into programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 15-3. And in this exercise, we're going to write a recursive function, vowels, that return the number of vowels in a string. Also write a program to test your function and output the number of vowels to the terminal. Task 1, vowel tests. Task 2, consonant tests. And task 3, define vowels function. Alright, so let's go into our main again. So once again, let's go ahead and get this ready. Space. Let's go ahead and do our, we need to add our include string for this one. And let's go actually to our function. So we'll do it vowels, and we'll use string called str, integer called position or POS, and another integer called length. And let's make all that. Let's go down to 10 and let's go string str and integer length. So let's go cout, enter a string, and let's go semicolon there. Let's go get line this time, get line with cin, comma, str. Right, and cout inline. Next, let's go when. Yeah, we did len equals static casts, and it's going to be integer, and we'll do str dot length, and we'll make that a function. Let's go semicolon cout number of vowels, and let's use our slash, and let's say there, and then let's go string str variable. I didn't want to do that. Let's go again, and let's go equals, and space, there we go, so we got that closed out for this, and that. Alright, so we can use our, actually, let's go down. on with vowels and do our str, comma 0, comma when, and let's inline, but no semicolon, and then return 0. Alright, so we got our main done. Let's go to our function. Let's go up here again and copy it. You can retype it if you like. I don't like to do that. So let's go down here to 25. And let's go to our function. So let's go ahead with our brackets. Then we'll do if length minus position is going to be greater than 0. And from here, let's go brackets, and we're going to need a switch for the vowels. And we'll use string and our array POS position. And let's go another bracket. Let's go inside, so we'll use case. And just like before, we'll use a semicolon. Try to copy these. The spacing is right for me. Go A, E, I, O, U. So A, E, I, O, U, and then lowercase a, E, I, O, oops, and U. Alright, so, oh, what I did. Let's get these right first. It's one thing when you copy and paste it, you gotta change them all. Correcting these. Somebody would have told me when I was doing those. Oops. Alright, let's get this right. Oops. Colon. 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 And colon. So that's what we got. So let's go ahead and space right there, and let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so let's go down here to dit and return 1 plus vowel, so vowels, and we'll do the same string position plus 1. And we also need length. GTH and a semicolon. And GTH. Oh. Yeah, this should be there. Position plus 1, no comma. And now let's go to default. Colon, and then return vowels again. This time let's go just regular string position POS and actually position plus 1 again. And then length GTH. So yeah, exactly the same. I'm going to copy and paste that. Mine got slow on me. Alright, so then we need to do an else under this if. So let's go to this bracket, go down, let's do an else, and then return 0. And semicolon. And that's it. So let's take a quick look at the code. I'll show it to you. So 1 through 18. As always, pause it if you need more time with that first part. As we move down to line 19 through 35. Same thing, pause it if you need more time with this part. And we'll go down to 36 to the end of the code, or 35 to the end of the code. Alright, so one more slow roll, pause it if you need it. And there we go. So let's close that and let's run this. So we'll use 4 again. Files in 4 equals 0. We enter a string. That might not work. Let's go running man. More vowels. Running man is 3. 1, 2, 3. It's more like it. And we're going to calculate that. Let's see how that goes for us. To calculate. Alright, so we're getting these. Alright, and we have all 3 green checks. Test 1, test 2, test 3 is good, and we have 100%. So this exercise is complete. So we'll move right on to our next exercise, which is going to be Programming in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 15-4. And in this exercise, we're going to write a recursive function named SumSquares that returns the sum of the squares of the numbers from 0 to num, in which num is a non-native integer variable. Do not use global variables. Use the appropriate parameters. Also write a program to test your function that outputs the result to the terminal. Task 1, input-output tests, and Task 2, define SumSquares function. So let's go into our main. Let's get that done. So this one we shouldn't need any other include statements, but we'll need to add our function, which was going to call void SumSquares. And this time let's use the long ampersand, call it sum, and then long, and we'll just need the ampersand for that, for num. I spelled long. Alright, and we semicolon that function up top. And I didn't use ampersand, I use a dollar sign, so fix that. And we're gravy. So let's go down to our main. Get that out of the way. Bring it down a little mite. And let's start on number 9 with long. Long, and we'll call it a number. Another one, long, we'll call it sum. Then let's go cout, and let's say enter a non-negative integer. Okay, so here let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so let's go finish this part. Let's go cin and num and cout inline. Then let's go sum equals 0. Initialize that to 0. And then some squares. And then we'll go sum and num. Last time, let's cout and say the sum of the squares of the numbers, and we'll say from 0 to, and let's leave that blank, and let's use the variable num. Here, oops, space equal, and then we'll use the variable sum, and then end line there, and then return 0. So now let's go to our function, copy that, and let's go here to line 25 and paste it, and run our brackets, and let's go if num is greater than or equal to 0, so the number is greater than or equal to 0, brackets, oops, that would work, but I don't like that. Let's go, sum will equal sum plus num times num. That squares it, and then subsquares, oops, subsquares, we'll use num, sum, no, let's go sum, and then num minus 1, and bracket, or semicolon. Alright, so that's all we need. I'll show this to you real quick. That's 1 through 18. And come on down, that's 19 and 32. One more time real slow. Make sure you pause it if you need to. And there we go. Alright, so let's close that. Let's run it. Some of the numbers, add them all up. Some of the squares of the numbers that are added up. So yeah, just square them, then add them. Alright, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and see if this is going to calculate up to 100. And while we're waiting for that, see if everything goes okay. Alright, rolling along. That code did look pretty simple. I think we followed all the instructions. We'll see real soon. Alright, so we got our 2 green check marks and 100%. So this one's good. So we're going to move on to the next exercise, but we'll take a little break. We'll be right back right after this. Alright, welcome back to our next program exercise, which is going to be programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 15-5. And in this exercise, we're going to write a recursive function that returns the sum of the elements of an integer array. Also write a program to test your function using the following 2 integer arrays. So integer list has 10, 1 through 10 is the array elements, and integer list B has 1, which is 5. All right? And so test 1 program produces the correct output, and test 2 did not hard code program's output. So let's do it without hard coding it. So let's see what we got here. So we don't need any other include statements, but we do need to add our function up here, and we'll call it integer sum array. And then we'll use constant integer list with our array box, and then comma integer first, comma integer length, and semicolon. Alright, let me do that. So let's get this ready. This, and let's go up to line 9. Let's start with integer list. Let's put 10 in the array box, and let's go equals, and let's find the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Then let's do int list B. And we'll do 1. And this one's going to equal the number 5. Oops. semicolon, and let's go cout sum list. It's going to equal, and now let's go our variable, or let's go. We're going to do sum array again, sum array, and we're going to use list, comma 0, comma 10. So that sums that up. Actually, we're going to use the parentheses. There we go. And then inline. Let's do cout again. Just copy this and correct it. Cout, this is sum list B. And our list is just going to be list B. And it's going to be 0, 1. And inline. Then we got return 0. And let's go up here and pull our array again. Or our function. Let's come here. And we'll go. And let's do our brackets. And let's say if length minus first is equal 1, and we'll return the list first. And semicolon, oops. Semicolon there. And then else. We're going to return first list. Let's go ahead and copy this. And turn list first. Then we'll do plus summary. Then we'll do list, comma, first plus 1. And then alright, so it looks like we're good to go there. Show you the code real quick. Just pause it if you need more time. That's 1 through 18. And that is the rest of the code. So roll it again. And let's take a quick break. We'll be right back to run this right after this. Alright, welcome back. Just look at the code real quick again if you need to. Alright, let's run this. And 5. Alright, so that looks good. So let's go ahead and calculate that. Alright, and we have our green. We have our task 1, task 2 is green, and we have 100%. So let's go on to our next exercise. So programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 15-6. In this exercise, a palindrome is a string that reads the same both forward and backward. For example, the string madam is a palindrome. Write a program that uses a recursive function to check whether a string is a palindrome. Prompt the user for a string. If the string is a palindrome, output a message in the following format. Madam is a palindrome. Hello is not a palindrome. Your program must contain a value returning recursive function that returns true if the string is a palindrome and false otherwise. Do not use any global variables. Use the appropriate parameters. So task 1, palindrome tests. Alright, so let's go to our main. And so this one, let's use our string include statement. Alright, so we need 2 functions for this one. We'll use boolean. We'll call it is palindrome drome, and this would just be string and str. Dots. Another one is string palindrome drome palindrome. Spells right. Palindrome. That's correct. And then same thing here. String str. Then we use integer first and integer last. Oops, spelled int wrong. Alright, semicolon there. Alright, let's click this. Enter. Alright, go up to 11. Let's do string str and cout. And let's say enter string. Semicolon. Get line and cin, comma, str. Cout and line. So if is palindrome and str function. Let's go cout. The string that you typed is a palindrome. And in line. And let's go else. Cout string is not a palindrome. Alright. And then return 0. And let's run our functions. Starting with the first one. Brackets, and this one just return is palindrome, a string palindrome. Let's go this way. Let's go here, and it'll be now we have to use string str. Go 0, no, 0. Fix this up here. Thought I did that. I don't know where that T came from, but it's gone now. So 0, and let's go str.length in GTH, and we'll put that will be a function, and then -1. Next one, let's go copy this next function. Don't need a semicolon, but we'll bring it down. Alright, so let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, here, let's start this one with the if. And let's say last minus first equals also return true. And else return false. And then else return is string palindrome strength. Just like that for now. Str first plus 1 and last minus 1. Without the parentheses and semicolon. And that false. Got it clear. Where's my false else return? Okay, why we have a fault here? Did I else if it's not right. Else false else. Okay, I know what I need. Let's find some mismatch. Let's add an else if here. And then let's go. Yeah, we gotta put something in there. Let's go. Same thing. Let's go there. Let's try this condition. And this one's gonna return false too. Me. Control X. Get you outside of that bracket. And there we go. Alright, so there we go. So else if first is not equal to string last, return false, else return is string palindrome, first plus 1, last minus 1. Oh, just brackets. Take this out of the way. This doesn't need to be. Yep, it does need to be there. Where's the top one at? Else if here. If. Okay, so else if. Alright, so let's move this over. Line this up here where it's supposed to be, and then that there, and let's bring this else over too, and that makes more sense, I do believe. Now I don't know why this is red, because, this is not needed. There we go, so we got that straight, so let's show you the code. 1 through 18, go ahead and pause it if you need more time. through 35. Pause that if you need more time. And there it is, 46. Gonna slow roll it for you one more time. And there you go. So let's take a quick break and we'll run this as soon as we return. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this. String, that's a dog. Show it up so you can see the output. Dog is not a palindrome. Let's run it again. Let's use madam. Madam is a palindrome. Okay, so let's calculate that. And we have our green check, and we have a 100%, so that one's good to go. So let's move on to our next exercise. It's going to be programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 15-7. And our instructions for this one is going to be write a recursive function that returns true if the digits of a positive integer are in increasing order. Otherwise, the function returns false. Also, write a program to test for your function. Your program should prompt the user for an integer and should output positive and negative messages in the following format. So the digits of x are in increasing order, or the digits of y are not in increasing order. Task 1, order of digits. Alright, so let's look at our main. And don't need no more include statements, but we do need to add our function, and it's going to be, let's get this right first. Come back to that. Let's go to our function on line 5. Let's say void smallest and largest. And then we'll go some integer list array box and comma. Let's try integer lower index, comma, integer upper index, comma. Let's bring this over the same line. Why did that? Should be camel case together. There we go. And then we'll do integer, and we'll do ampersand, and we'll do smallest. And then we'll do integer, ampersand, largest. Semicolon there, and start our variables. They're all integers, but let's do integer array, and let's make it 10, and it will equal, we'll just leave this bracket blank, semicolon, integer min, and integer max. Let's go cout. Please enter 10 integers. 10 integers. Now let's do 4 integer I equals 0, and I is less than 10. Do that. Okay. Then let's go here. Let's go cin int array with I in it. Let's go semicolon. Actually, we need our brackets for this for statement, so we'll do that. Here, smallest and largest, and then we'll do int array. Let's go 0, comma 9, comma minimum, comma max. Alright, so that's 10 integers. And when we start with 0 in an array, so that's why we get 0 and 9. Alright. So let's go cout. Smallest element is, and we use the variable minimum, min, and 9, and then copy this, do it again, largest. problem. Let's do this again. Smallest element is, largest element is. Change the max. There. And there we go. And cout. Line. And let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so we got return 0 already. So let's go up and get our function. So let's bring it on down here. Let's go down to 29. Paste that there. And let's see. Space it correctly, I guess it wouldn't hurt. And let's get our brackets. Being a pain. All right. There. And let's go. If lower index is equal to upper index. Brackets, so we'll say smallest equals list, and lower index. Okay, and largest equals list, lower index. Same, okay, got it. Semicolon. And let's go here, let's do an else. And let's do brackets for this one as well. Let's say smallest and largest. Smallest and largest. This time we'll have to do list, comma, lower index. Plus 1. Upper index, smallest, and largest. Okay, so plus 1 upper index, smallest, largest. So let's go if list lower index, and this one's going to be greater than or equal to largest. Largest equals list lower index. Alright, and so if lower index equals smallest, let's copy these, make life easier for us. Just going to transpose them. Let's go there. So if list lower index is this time it's going to be less than or equal to smallest, then smallest equal to list lower index, that stays the same. Alright, so there we have it. So let's go ahead and show you this code real quick and 1 through 18. Pause it if you need to. 19 through 34. Same. Need more time. Pause it. And then we have all the way to the bottom of our code. And let's slow roll it one more time for you. And there we have it. Alright, so let's try to run this. Connectors to and put that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Smallest element is 2, largest element is 18. Fair enough. So let's go ahead and calculate that. Alright, still waiting for that to calculate. And, got something wrong here. Let's go back and check it real quick. So let's take a quick break and I'll go through and check this and be right back with you. Alright, I had typed up, I didn't see anything wrong. I redid it. But I used, when I ran it this time, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That might have been it. But I'll show you the code just in case if you have any problems. Let's go ahead and let that calculate if it goes through. And it still didn't go. And what does it tell me I didn't do? Digits and increase in order. And define the digits of 1, 2, 3 in this increase in order. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, I didn't do that. Alright, so there's the code. There's something else going on. I can't get it. I'm trying to see, make sure I got the right one. That's going to be impossible. So yeah, we'll look at that one again, but check out the code, look at the code again, type it up again, get the same thing. But it didn't say increase in order. It doesn't. I don't see where I would put that. Okay, so there we go. Find something wrong with that one or figure that one out, just check the comments and the description. But thank you for joining this video. This is program exercise 15-7, and we've completed on this video 15-1 through 15-7. So hopefully that helped you out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining. Please smash the like button, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Take care.